So as you know, the quail have been in the incubator now, been about 15 days. So I turned off the turner yesterday, and now they're in lockdown. And so I've got them in lockdown at this point, so the turner is not turning the eggs anymore or anything like that. Got the humidity up, got the humidity up, and keeping the temperature pretty steady. And I come down this morning and find that 2 of them have hatched already. I wasn't expecting that for another 2 days. But we've got one in there. I don't know if you can see him. He's down there and he's back there. And then we've got another one over here. I don't know if you can see him or not. So that's kind of exciting. I wasn't expecting them for another day or 2. And so here they are. So that means today I need to go out and finish setting up the brooder, or what I'm going to use for a brooder. And I need to go get the blue automotive paper towels to put down for them so they don't fall through the grate and all that stuff. And it looks like the quail bit is on its way. Kind of cool, kind of exciting to see this. I mean, so the experiment, the science experiment worked, is what I really wanted to see. So now we're on our way. And so I guess after you get your first hatch, the novelty kind of goes away, but it's really cool to see life created right in front of you. So in the time it took me to eat breakfast, 2 more hatched. So now we're up to 4 in just a few minutes. I wanted to watch them hatch, but it happened so quickly I missed it. So I may have to put a camera on the box over here to see if I can catch any of them. Maybe do a time lapse or something, see if I can catch any of them hatching. Everybody said quail were fast, but wow. So pretty exciting day. Looks like we've got about 15 or 17, maybe 20 hatched out already. They are still in the process of hatching, as you can see. So I'm going to go outside to the shop and I'm going to fix up the brooder, which was what we used. It's the same one we used for the chickens. We used the rabbit hutch, but I'm going to modify it and cut a hole in the top. I'm going to change out the top actually and make a new top that I can cut a hole in so I can put the heat lamp in it. And then I'll make a board for the front part of the cage to close it all in. And then I'll put the 1/4 inch mesh wire on the bottom so they have something to walk on. And looks like I'll be moving them to the brooder tomorrow. Exciting. I mean, like I said, I wasn't even expecting this for another day or 2, so it's been pretty cool to watch them hatch all day.
and there's still some hatching out right now. So I'm gonna go out and take care of that in the shop, and we'll come back and see how they're doing. Okay, I'm out in the shop, and so what I'm doing is I'm adding 1/4-inch mesh wire to the bottom of the rabbit cage wire. That way they can't fall through the long cracks in the wire, and 1/4-inch mesh should be good enough for them. The first few days, because quail will grow pretty quickly in the first week, so the first few days I'll have the blue paper towels down because they don't give dust and they're very absorbent, like the stuff that you buy at automotive places. So I'll put that down, and that'll be in the bottom of the cage. And after a few days I'll take that out, and they'll just be on the cage, on the wire here, and with regular feeders and things like that, it should be fine. So yeah, putting the mesh on there, that'll go down in the hutch. And then I'm going to take this piece of plywood here, and I'm going to make a new top for it, where I'll cut a hole in it to put the heat lamp in it, which is probably something I should have done for the chickens, but I just never did. But I'm going to do it for this one, and since I use this rabbit hutch inside and not outside, I don't need to have the exterior roof on it. So I'll save this in case I ever want to use it outside, and for now I'll just make a temporary lid. So there you go. I think that completes the quail brooding box, except for I'll get a piece of plastic and get some coroplast and put on for the gate, for the screen here, and so there's no draft. I'll put some wood shavings in the bottom and put the paper towels on the top for the first few days, and that should be good. Now I'll go back in and check the hatch and see how it's going. I'm very pleased with the hatch rate so far. Here we go. It's the next day, and we had a huge storm last night, and it knocked out our power, not because we had part of a general power grid, but because one of the branches from one of our trees is laying across the wires, and that's shorting it out. Fortunately, I have a generator, which allowed me that little bit of extra time in the incubator for the chicks. Out of 30 eggs, we've hatched 26, which is really good as far as hatch rate goes. There's another one in there that has pipped through the shell, and I can see it breathing, but it's just not cracking out yet. So we're gonna leave it in the incubator and see what it does. But so far, we have the first 26 in the brooder, and they're learning how to eat, and they're all drinking just fine. And they're getting along just fine, it seems like. Doing a lot of sleeping in here. But they will double in size in a week, something like that. So they're all walking around when they're not sleeping, and they're doing well. So one thing I'm thankful for, that the former owners installed a generator, because we have a whole house generator, which is actually powering about half of our house. Unfortunately, it doesn't power things like air conditioners, because that's just too much power for a generator to handle. So hopefully they'll be out to clear this branch off of our lines pretty soon, and we'll get some power back. But very excited with the hatch, and very pleased with the eggs we got from MyShire Farms. And you know, it's like anything, you get it through the mail, and it's always, well, is it gonna work or is it not gonna work? I'm very happy. They guarantee a 50% hatch rate, and I don't know what 26 out of 30 is, but that's pretty high. That's up in the 80s or 90s. So that's pretty good.